Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that recently happened. If you haven't heard, unfortunately my parrot Patrick passed away just a few days ago. And I don't want to make this a sad video or anything, that's not what this video is for. Patrick was 33 years old, but we only had him for 3 years. We really were hoping to have him for longer. He is a parrot that's supposed to have a long lifespan, so we were expecting to have him for at least another 30 years. So when he went very quick and very unexpectedly. But the reason I wanted to make this video is because of something that happened yesterday. So I'll tell you that story. So yesterday was the burial for Patrick, and our family always does that. Me, my brother, my mom, and my dad, we always have a burial little ceremony for our pets, and we'll say a few words. So we did that early afternoon yesterday. So after doing that, my mom and I decided that we wanted to fix up the garden a bit, and or pet cemetery basically, because over the years the rocks kind of fall apart from winter and stuff, and the weeds were starting to come through again. So we decided we needed to get some more wood chips. We wanted to put some soil down because we wanted to plant some forget-me-nots, and we also wanted to look for some new stones for the gravestones. So we decided that we'll go to a whole bunch of stores. We had a long list of places that we wanted to go yesterday. So we're getting in the car, we're driving off, and we're deciding where exactly we want to go first. And my mom was like, oh, you know what? We're at this end of town. Let's just go to Canadian Tire first. So we go into Canadian Tire, and we were walking down towards the garden section, and it's just wild because we see this little old man, and he's walking down the aisle, and he has a little parrot on his shoulder. And it's just crazy weird timing. So I pointed him out to my mom, and I'm like, oh my god, Mom, he has a parrot on his shoulder. And we both approached him, and then my mom looked at him and she started crying, and she said, we just lost our parrot a couple days ago. And we started talking about his parrot. His name was Cheeky, and the man was like, he's very, very friendly. Do you want to hold him? He'll go to anybody. So he came on my mom's hand, and my mom was just obviously overjoyed, and it was bittersweet. But so anyways, yeah, my mom held him, and then he came onto my hand, and the man was like, oh, he gives kisses too. So I gave him a little kiss, and he gave me a little bird kiss. But it was just really cute. The man was very, very sweet. They're so adorable. And then just walking away, I just felt this instant, it was this feeling of, I don't even know how to explain it. I had this weight off my shoulder, you know? And it was whew. I don't know if anyone has ever had an intuitive feeling or sense things like that, but just the fact that that happened, we were thinking of going to a different store first, but we decided to go to Canadian Tire, and just the perfect timing, and it happened to be the day that we did Patrick's burial, and we were looking for a gravestone, and then we just happened to see, it's not every day that you see a man walking around in Canadian Tire with a parrot on his shoulders. So what I took that as was a sign or a some sort of message from Patrick. At least this is my intuitive feeling that I got, was that he was sending, he kind of arranged this, I don't even know how to say it, but this happened at this moment to tell us that he is okay and he loves us, and to let go of any sort of weight that we have on our shoulders, because obviously when something like this happens, we're going back in our minds is there something more that we could have done? We have that survivor's guilt, I guess. Especially my mom is feeling that. So I told my mom in the car, I'm like, Mom, I think this was a sign from Patrick. I think he was telling us that he's okay, and he just wanted to tell you, she was practically his mother, right? He was her baby, and she's telling you, Mom, don't be sad, I'm okay. I have no negative feelings against you. You did nothing wrong. You loved me. So, oh my goodness. Okay. But I took that as a sign of that. So it's not every day that these things happen. It was just like perfect time, perfect place, perfect moment that this happened. And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think when things like that happen, it's not a coincidence, it's a message. So anyways, moving on, that happening, I decided to make this video, not only just to tell that story, but I was kind of curious at looking into common ways that people receive messages from their past loved ones. So I actually came across this article that talks about 10 ways, like 10 common ways that loved ones that have passed communicate with people that are here still. And this is gathered based on obviously people's stories, experiences, and stuff. So I thought it was really interesting. A couple of them I actually do relate to myself, and maybe you do too, so I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. So the first one was dream visitations, and with this one they basically said how dreams tend to have this common theme of there being a loved one in your dream, and they're either speaking to you, or they're sending you a message that they're okay, or giving you some sort of sense of peace that everything's okay. And they tend to be surrounded by bright light. And reading that was just like, it gave me chills, because I had a very much the same experience a couple times in my life. First with my cousin Keijo, when he passed away. He passed away at a very young age. He was about 8 years old. I was only a couple years younger than him when he passed. And I had a dream just like this shortly after he passed away. It's a little bit blurry in my mind because I was very young. A more vivid dream that I had was I was in grade 9, so it was 2009, and it was when my grandmother on my dad's side passed away. And I had like very much a similar experience. It's funny because there was no speaking. She didn't say anything in the dream, but it was very peaceful. And I was like outside, and all I could see was her face as she kind of approached me, and she was just smiling and at peace. And then there was bright light surrounding her. And yeah, I mean, it could have just been a dream, but I did take it as a message, as a sign, as her telling me that she's okay. So yeah, the fact that other people have this similar experience and it's taken as a dream visitation, like a message, is just really interesting. So that one I very much connected to. The other one is sensing their presence. Sensing their presence can be anything from like a change or like a shift in energy. So when people just feel something, you know what I mean? Like it's like not any way to really explain it except that you feel that something's there, or there's like some sort of change in the movement of the wind. You feel like a breeze pass by you or something. So that was the second one. The third one was feeling their touch. Some people will often feel like a brush on them, someone touching their hand gently, or someone touching their hair softly. The fourth one is smelling a fragrance. So some signature smell that you can recognize that person. So whether, what I mean is, it could be like a fragrance they wore, like a perfume, or it could be like if they smelled like cigarettes or cigars, or they had a favorite flower that they had in their house and you smelled that, or you smelled something that they often cooked. So that's another common one. The fifth one was hearing their voice, and this is actually called clairaudience. People actually hear a voice of their loved one communicating with them. The other one was unexpected electrical activity. So this could be like the TV flickering on and off. It could be lights or toys going on or off. Basically just the spirit is just turning things on and off, you know. Interacting with any sort of electrical device is another common way. Number 7 was a phone call, and people who experience a phone call from a loved one tend to have the same sort of theme. So it'll be like repetitive. They'll get like a bunch of phone calls from this unknown number, and often it will be something very muffled in the background that they can't understand, whether it is a muffled voice or static. So number 8, this is the one I would attribute my mom and my experience from yesterday. They said receiving a symbolic message, sign, coincidence, or synchronicity. So this could be either like an item, like I know a lot of people have had the experience where they'll just like see a type of coin everywhere that they go. It could be like any object like that. It could be like something in nature, like an animal or a bug or something, like seeing a butterfly over and over again. It could be anything like that. And then coincidences. So I definitely attribute what happened yesterday to this type of category, just because there's like, what are the chances, you know? It just felt like it was a message. The 9th one is movement. This could be things like keep falling around in your house. It could be an item, like the same item is being misplaced over and over again. And the last one is seen in apparitions. So this is actually the least common way of communication on the list, yet it is the most widely cited one in like popular media. And it's most likely because of the shock factor of like seeing a ghost. I've never seen a ghost before. But oh yeah, I totally forgot to tell you. So one of them was unexpected electrical activity or like manipulation of objects. I told this story to a couple friends, but if you haven't heard this story before, I feel like it could have been my grandmother, or I mean, who knows, it could have been anybody. I don't know if you guys remember those Cool FM shower radios that they used to give out for free, but I used to have one in my shower. I had the shower radio playing while I was showering one day, and at the time I was washing my hair, so my eyes were closed, and then the music just stopped playing. And I didn't really think much of it. I just thought maybe there was like interference, or the battery died or something or whatever. So anyways, I get out of the shower, dry myself off, I look at the shower radio, and the switch for the on and off switch had physically been turned to off. And it's not something that could just like fall, like you have to like actually physically push it down or up. I can't remember what direction it was, but like it has to be flipped. Like it's not something that could just move on its own. So I thought that was just wild. Like the bathroom door was closed and locked. No one could have gotten in my bathroom. And the fact that it actually physically had been turned off was wild. So that happened, and then it couldn't have been more than a week later. The same thing happened. This time I was out of the shower and my eyes were closed because I had my head bent over and I was drying my hair in my towel, and the music just stopped. And then after I finished drying my hair, I walked over to the shower radio, and again the switch had physically been turned off. So I definitely think that was some sort of communication, some sort of spirit was trying to tell me that they were there. But anyways, yeah, so this kind of turned into a little bit of a ghost story video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Just for the sake of the memory of Patrick, and you know, just to show how much he was loved. And I know a lot of people always love to see videos of Patrick. I decided to throw in some clips at the end of this video, so let's go over to those. And I hope you guys have a great day. If you like this video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe to my channel, and make sure you turn on the bell notification just to let you know when I have uploaded a new video. I hope you have a fantastic day, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.
You're such a cutie.
Say hi! What are you doing? Are you a happy birdie? Are you a happy birdie? Hi! Hi! Say hi! Trick or treat! Hi, buddy! Hi! Hi, Patrick! Yeah! Oh my goodness! What are you doing? Hi! 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 Birdie, birdie? Hi, birdie, birdie! Aw, you're so cute! Oh my goodness, you sure not? You sure not?